Hi, I'm Keir McNally. We're back in my workshop today and we're just going to do this quick little video about spraying. I want to explain why I spray my own guitars and why that's important to me. Now, you might be forgiven for thinking that's probably an obvious thing, but you might actually be surprised to know that a lot of guitar makers don't spray their own instruments. There are options to outsource these things and send them to centralized spraying specialists, but for me, I prefer to do it myself, and I want to explain why. So firstly, I want to say I have in the past got my guitar sprayed by other people, and at the time it was perfectly okay. But I have to be honest with you, at no point did I think, well, this is okay, I'll just do this forever. My approach to guitar making has always been kind of holistic in that I always wanted to be able to do all of it. So part of me always thought, well, that's a task further down the road that I'm going to have to put effort into and hopefully get good at. I can't remember who said it, and I'm sure somebody will probably correct me. It might have been Bill Collins said something like this. It probably takes about 5 years to learn how to put a guitar together, but you'll probably spend the rest of your life learning how to spray it. And that's kind of true. Spraying and finish work, it really is an art to itself, and it's a big undertaking. There's a big learning curve, but to me it's been quite enjoyable. I'm by no means saying that my guitars are perfect, but it's something that I really want control of, and I want to be able to exert my idea of quality into the finish and decide what's important about the finish. And the finish really is important to the quality of the guitar, how thick it is, how it feels. It determines the whole kind of vibe of the guitar for you as a player. It's not just protective, you know, it really does affect the tone as well. So for a McNally guitar, and this will be different for different guitar makers, but the process of finishing the guitar, lacquering it, it's actually about 25% of the whole process for me. So I don't think that's a small amount. And you know, I sometimes think if I didn't do some other 25% of the process, maybe the first 25%, well, you know, would people think I still made that guitar? I leave that up to the customers to decide. I'm just explaining to you why it's important for me that I do it, and that's about being in control of the whole process. So I've seen lots of guitars sprayed by outsourced spray options, and to be honest, I've seen examples of both really good and not very good. You know, the really good ones to me didn't make me think, okay, well that's it, Kieran, just give up and get this outfit to spray your guitars. To me, they were a bit of an inspiration to say, well, no, you've got to personally up your game and try to get there as well. So part of that process and part of getting good at spraying, it's practice makes perfect. So I have to keep hold of the process, and I have to spray as many of my guitars as I can in order to keep getting good at it and keep developing as a sprayer, but also as a whole guitar maker then, obviously. I'll never say never, you know, there might be some time in the future that I won't be able to spray my own guitars, maybe for health reasons, and that does happen to guitar makers sometimes, but I think even in that instance, I would still like to have control of the process somehow and maybe keep it in-house and maybe have someone here working that could do it for me. And part of the reason behind that too is I'm not really comfortable with the idea of shipping the guitar to a sprayer and back to me. You know, every time you ship a guitar, not only is there expense, but there's risk. There's risk that the guitar will be damaged, and you know, as someone who's worked for larger guitar companies, I kind of know the hit rate that guitars get damaged in transit as well. So it's something that I keep in mind in regards to spraying. I'll just talk to you a little bit about what I spray and the different options. So I do a matte, a satin, and a gloss finish. This is a gloss finish guitar. And I use a mixture of 2-pack acid catalyst lacquer and also a pre-cat cellulose, and I use different lacquers for different types of finish there. The matte is of course matte all over, the satin is satin all over, the gloss is gloss body but with the satin rear of neck, so that feels a little better as well. So there we go, that's just a little video about spraying and why I keep it in house, why I enjoy it actually, and why to me it's a really important part of the process. So if you want to know any more about that, you're welcome to email me and I'll get back to you.